One of the areas I think we need to focus on is economic development. Right now, I feel like we're going down a path that could get us in trouble. It already has in some respects, since we are not viewed very favorably in Indian country right now over our native mascot issue. We need to be careful about these kinds of things. When we're making decisions that affect public policy, we're in a sense saying we're exerting our sovereignty, but we're making decisions that affect every Oregonian. And that's a dangerous ground to be on. The decision to outlaw mascots was made on the basis that a school environment where mascots could negatively impact students is a violation of Oregon's discrimination laws. So outlawing the mascots was done in the interest of public policy and in the interest of protecting every Oregonian. And then we went off on this whole new tangent with approving mascots. And I just don't think that's the business we need to be in. The business we need to be in is safeguarding our future. That's what we should have more of a say. Because I'll be honest, I think when our council gets it right, they really get it right. But when they get it wrong, they really get it wrong too. And in this case, you know, it just seems like there has been, and the only thing that's happened is a willful pursuit of moving forward with this, despite the fact that a number of tribal members have said, no, we don't like this. So you know, we definitely need to start asking the tribal membership for more input, or hopefully we can get another amendment going to drop those numbers for initiative and referendum, so that tribal members have a say in these kinds of things, especially as we move forward into the future with cowlets looming on the horizon. I think it's important for tribal members to have a say in what are our wants, what are our needs, what do we need to safeguard. Those are important questions that will need to be answered in the next couple of years. Anytime it's something that will affect every tribal member, regardless of where they live, or it affects public policy, where we have to then begin thinking about what is our reputation with Oregonians, the tribe should. So this is the interesting thing. I've heard from people who are on the other side of the issue that we've had a curriculum that was out there that wasn't being taught for something like 10 years, and that suddenly, because of the mascot issue, it's being rolled out now and it's getting attention. And I gotta say, I just don't feel like there are facts there to support that. I'll stop short of calling it BS.
Because well, you just did. You just.
I guess I just did. But here's the thing. I worked with the Office of Indian Education for Portland Public Schools. That was one of my internships. You know, to become an administrator holding a master's means that you've mastered something. And I asked about those kinds of things. I asked, you know, are there schools that are rolling this out? And I was told that there are numerous schools and numerous educators who were begging for that kind of curriculum and want it put in their hands so that they can teach it. And there are schools that don't have native mascots. There's the kicker. So I think this maybe comes down to, did we actually prioritize and invest some money in saying we'd like to work with the state, maybe with April Campbell's office or something like that, where we could have actually, you know, put some time and energy into publicizing this curriculum and getting it out there to the schools, instead of just saying, well, nobody asked us for it or nobody took it when we said it was available. Well, how actively did you make that, you know, ask? Or was an ask actually made where we contacted each school in the state and said, we have this curriculum, would you teach it? I don't think that was. I would start exploring how we could set up an economic development board and where we would find those key people. When we started our casino, one of the things, many of the things that we did right that no other tribe has done was things like going to an insurance company for our loans. No one had ever done that before. We did it. Finding people who were key in their fields to head up departments. I call it the golden age of Bruce Thomas, because we had magnificent people holding those positions, and that, I think, is what we owe a lot of our success to. That, and not being afraid to be different. not being afraid to explore a non-traditional route. That's something that we did well. We need to do that again. It's not just, is it innovative and is it thinking outside the box? Because that's where I live, is outside the box thinking. I love it. I'm a champion of it. I love nothing more than cooking up a sacred cow. If you tell me that it's always been done that way, or there's no way to do it more cost effectively, I'm like, challenge accepted. I'll find a way. And for our economic development, yeah, we need to get a board together. We need to get some smart minds together, people who will do their due diligence so we don't have another microgreen, and get us on the right track. Well, so our council's already spent $20 million without asking the membership. I think we've already hit that threshold. I mean, at $20 million, we're already there. If we had an initiative process, or we're surveying the general council more frequently, like I think we should, that's something that should have been asked, because I really think if you'd asked the tribal membership, we're going to buy the Greyhound track, but we have no plans on what we're going to do with it yet. We don't even know how we're going to develop it, but hey, we want to go spend a big chunk of money to buy this place. I think most of the membership would have said, no, you need to have a plan first. And they'd be right. We should have had a plan.